Hello and a very good morning and welcome to Team Off with Revsportz. I'm Subhayan Chakraborty joined by Bharat Ramraj. And today we will discuss the big match that is upon us, the qualifier 2 in IPL 2023 between defending champions Gujarat Titans and five-time winners Mumbai Indians. Bharat, big match. What are you expecting from it?
Yeah, it's played at the Narendra Modi Stadium. So interesting to see how Mumbai Indians how will they go about playing at that stadium. Because you feel Gujarat Titans at that stadium would fancy their chances in some extent at
Mhm.
least because of the pace attack they have. So interesting to see.
Right.
Yeah, obviously MI have the little bit of momentum. I mean, if you come from behind in a tournament, then you feel like
Hmm.
you can do anything, go and win the tournament itself. So it would be interesting to see how they go about playing this. Obviously, at the knockout games, so for both teams now. So Mumbai Indians they might
Hmm.
have the momentum, but it's all about one game. So if you lose it now, they're also out.
And Bharat, thoughts on Mumbai Indians' journey so far? I mean, it has been a very surprising journey for me, I would say. I didn't expect Mumbai to qualify for the playoffs, but here they are in the qualifier to one step away from making it to the final. With that bowling attack, with Jofra Archer getting injured in between, they have done quite good this season.
Perhaps that's the mentality you would have if you win four
Hmm.
titles, nine titles like Chennai, Mumbai. If you have so many titles, you perhaps would feel that even with not the best of teams, you can go and do something special. And they obviously,
Hmm.
at the right time in a couple of matches, they two, three matches, they found this Akash Madwal. Conditions also
Hmm.
perhaps helped him in the last match. Someone who's skiddy pace bowler, who gets the ball to move around, not just with the old ball.
Hmm.
Uh, Getting a little bit of moment even with the new ball. So that pitch also was skidding through a little bit. So in a way, it helped him. Let's see how he goes in this game. But that's what champion side perhaps does. If you have won a lot of games, not just in cricket, in other sports as well. If
Hmm.
you have hoisted the trophy before a few times, then you feel like, yeah, can do this as well. So that's what Mumbai Indians have done. Though on paper, they still don't seem like a champion side. At least on paper, they still don't seem like a
Hmm.
champion side. They're bowling unit, but they have that mentality.
Absolutely, and a lot of credit I think needs to go to Rohit Sharma as well. How he has managed those bowlers. They had a few overseas bowlers in between, but ultimately stuck to Jason Behrendorff, and he has done a good job. But what about Piyush Chawla, Bharat? A season of redemption for him. 21 wickets, if I'm not wrong, so far.
Yeah,
Third,
but
third in the
again,
list of purple cap.
playing playing for a side that has this kind of mentality that perhaps helps someone like Piyush Chawla. He might have not done the same if he had played for say something like someone like Punjab Kings or Sunrisers
Hmm.
Hyderabad. They might have just played one or two games and disappeared into the oblivion.
Hmm.
But they backed him, and that is the main factor. As far as Rohit Sharma is concerned, yes, give credit to him. You have to give credit to the think tank as well for backing the players. Might not be his best season in terms of a few of the tactics we saw. Again, Rohit Sharma might say that it's not just my tactics, as we know this day and age, that a lot of things
Hmm.
are done as per what is said by the backroom staff, what is said by the coaching staff. So I'm not too sure whether those tactics were his tactics, but may not be his best in terms of tactically may not be his best season, but definitely
Hmm.
in terms of the body language, in terms of how he's backed the players. Yeah, again, Mumbai Indians, not just Rohit Sharma, think tank as well. They have shown why they are one of the best.
Hmm. Yeah, no doubt, no doubt. And yeah, many will say that Akash Madhwal was an RCB net bowler previously. They scouted him. But ultimately it was Rohit Sharma who gave him the chance and look at him last spell was sensational. 3 overs, 3 balls, 5 runs, 5 wickets. Oof, that was some spell to finish up with those numbers.
So
It's insane.
people talk, yeah, people talk so much about him as a old ball specialist, but what I
Hmm.
saw in that game is he also gets a little bit of movement to the new ball. So that
Hmm.
is something that I guess most of them have not noticed. That's something I wrote in that piece as well. He gets a little bit of movement to the new ball.
Hmm.
Someone like Deepak Char might get a lot of swing, but a lot of times we see he's getting swing from the hand. So
Hmm.
it's basically, I'm not saying every single ball is getting swing from the hand, but a lot of times he's doing it. So the batter, as it is said in cricketing jargon, that an early telegram is sent to the batter that this will go away from the batter or something like that. But the ball,
Hmm.
someone like Madwal ball to Prerak Mangat, it didn't swing much, it didn't move much, but it moved just enough.
Hmm.
It moved late, a little bit. That is
Hmm.
where someone like Prerak Mangat was defeated with the ball. So he gets a
Right.
little bit of late movement. The new ball may not be much, but just enough. That's enough. And the old ball as well, he gets the ball to reverse a little bit. So
Hmm.
it's someone interesting to see, not just in shorter formats, not just in shortest format. I know he has only taken 12 first class wickets, but he
Hmm.
gets a pitch where there is a little bit of movement. In first class cricket, he might do well in first class cricket as well.
Right. Right. Yeah. The next step for him would be to go back to the domestic and pick up loads of wickets. Now he has taken a big step forward. I think that should be his next step again. But thoughts on Rohit Sharma, Bharat? I mean, his entire season, yes, he has played in flashes. But overall, your thoughts on Rohit Sharma's season and your opinion on what he has been doing on the field?
Maybe his batting, it's not getting any younger. So I was watching
Hmm.
a few of videos from the 2007 World Cup, T20 World Cup.
Hmm.
I'm saying 3 years later, the bat speed was definitely, from what I saw at least, that's what I felt. The bat speed seemed like was a touch quicker. So as you get
Hmm.
older, it's not easy. You have to keep maintaining your fitness and all that stuff because as you get older, your body will be slower in terms of movement. It might be tad slower, but that's enough. As Martin Crowe himself
Hmm.
said it long time ago when he was talking about Sachin Tendulkar, he was getting frustrated after he was getting cleaned up a couple of times by Team Southeast three-quarter seam ball. Yeah, in
Hmm.
2012 itself, he was bowling this three-quarter seam ball, though many had not noticed it. Tendulkar was getting frustrated. He said that, yeah, Tendulkar, you might have that kind of, what can I say, still that skill level, but the body is not taking the signals from his mind that you move forward. It's moving forward, but it's moving forward a tad late. So as you get older, it's tougher. Perhaps his body also slowing a little bit. Then it comes down to maybe if there are few cricketers. Like, I'm not trying to compare here. I don't want to get into this fan base and all, but that could be
Hmm.
cricketers like Virat Kohli who keeps his fitness up. Then you might survive against pace bowling. But it's true that as you get older, this doesn't spare anyone. That your body at
Hmm.
some point, even Kohli's body may not be at the age of 34 and the 2 3 years. At some point, it will slow down against pace as well. So happens to
Hmm.
every all cricketers, let it be Gavaskar, Tendulkar, whoever it is.
Hmm, interesting observations there. Okay, age is something which every athlete has at some point has to accept that he's slowing down. But we still hope that Rohit has many more years under his belt, especially for the Indian team. But Bharat, let's talk a bit about Gujarat Titans as well. What do you expect from them back? Sorry, back in their own den.
Yeah, as I said, what I've noticed is they usually tend to use red soil tracks. I understand, completely understand. It's not about the color of the soil when it comes to pitches. It's about the clay content.
Hmm.
But for some reason in India, the black soil pitches have less clay content compared to the clay content of black soil pitches in Australia. So here red soil pitches seem to have little more clay content, whatever reason. So it definitely helps fast bowlers, I guess.
Hmm.
this, Narendra Modi Stadium pitches, because they use those red soil pitches, and it should help Gujarat Titans' pace attack, because obviously you have someone like Omar Shami who gets sea movement, who gets a little bit of swing. They also have other pace bowlers like obviously Mohit Sharma is there. He's been doing well. Even someone like Rashid Khan obviously is a spinner, but balls quicker to there. He might get a little more bounce there. So on an overall basis, I guess they have the attack for those conditions. So Gujarat Titans should fancy their chances of winning this match, at least on that basis.
You
Though they
mentioned
have a
Rashid
weakness,
Khan, but how?
just one point that though they have weakness, I saw their running charts. Someone like Gill has scored a lot of runs. Next highest run getter, if I'm not mistaken, is Vijay Shankar at his 301 runs. So that's a difference of more than 450 runs there. So if Gill gets out early, just have feeling this lineup doesn't have someone who gets a big score. So that would be interesting to see if Gill doesn't get a big score.
You mentioned Rashid Khan in between, but how good has been Noor Ahmed? Just 18 years of age and taking IPL by storm.
Yeah, there are two spinners there. So obviously they have taken some 39 wickets between them. Obviously, Rashid Khan with 25, but
Yeah.
But again, he gets a little bit of bounce. The main thing with this spin is control. So you might
Hmm.
have the greatest of variations. Even a mystic spinner, you might have 10 variations, 8 variations. Even Varun Chakravarti, that's what he basically said when I talked to his coaches. He said this. Those two coaches said the same thing, that finally this season he was working on his control. We were working on his control, and that is where he really showcased his skills this season. Similar with Noor Ahmad, he might have the googly, he might have the Chinaman, this that stuff. Rashid Khan might have 4 googlies, but Rashid Khan's control is amazing. Similar with Noor Ahmad, his control is really good for someone who's very young. So that is where he has been doing really well. So he doesn't bowl 2 minute battles.
If I'm not wrong, 3 years back he registered first time for the IPL as a 15-year-old.
He
Noor
also
Ahmed.
played in the BBL right at there around that time.
Yeah, yeah. BBL, he played in the Nepal league, Pakistan League. So he has played quite a few leagues, and a pretty young career, but a fascinating tale again. But Hardik Pandya, Bharat, as a captain, of course he has done well. But sometimes, do you feel he takes up too much responsibility on himself, like we saw in the last match, demoting or rather promoting himself ahead of Vijay Shankar?
Yeah, it is a bit of current paradox, because I don't know how to say this, because on the batting side he might be doing that. On the bowling
Hmm.
side, yeah, it might be fitness issues or
He sometimes
something
takes
like that.
takes up the new ball.
Yeah, sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes he doesn't bowl. Sometimes he bowls a few overs. Uh, uh, don't know what goes inside his head, but
Hmm.
yeah, as a batter,
Is
my
it is
friend.
it more about instinctive captaincy here in Hardik's case? That okay, if he's feeling that he might take the new ball and pick up a couple of wickets, he does that, or he wants to come up and promote himself. But it's a pattern. I feel there's a pattern because he sometimes does it too often.
Yeah, maybe I don't know what goes inside his head. Yeah, maybe it comes
Hmm.
from, you might say, what Dhoni did during the 2011 World Cup final and all that
Yeah.
stuff. That he's doing a bit of instinctive captaincy, but it's a bit difficult to understand. Even in terms
Hmm.
of his bowling, sometimes takes
Hmm.
some bowling, sometimes he doesn't bowl overs at all. My mother keeps asking
Yeah.
why is he not bowling today. I say I don't have an explanation for this. He's interesting captain. Don't know what goes inside his mind, but as a side, Gujarat Titans obviously they seem to have that kind of belief. So you have to
Hmm.
give credit not just to Hardik. I feel you have to give credit to the entire management
Hmm.
by for ensuring that Gujarat Titans doesn't lose the plot. So
In last match they went. Last match, in terms of domestic pacers, they have been backing either Yash Dayal or Darshan Nalkande. But with Joshua Little available again, do you see Hardik Pandya making that change and bringing Josh Little back in the 11? Or do you think they will go with the same 11?
Might be, but if I were the captain, I would continue with the side that played in the last game instead of tinkering,
Hmm.
because it would give the confidence to the player. And to be honest, to Nalkande, though he gave away 40 runs or whatever, he didn't bowl badly.
Hmm.
There were
Yeah.
inside edge here, outside edge there, a no ball which got him a wicket.
Hmm.
So I honestly feel they should continue with him because he's getting a little bit of movement, and at the Narendra Modi Stadium you get a little bit of sea movement. So
Yeah.
I guess they should continue with him, but with Hardik Pandya, never know what he will do.
You said there will be a bit of movement. So can we expect another flurry of wickets for Mohammad Shami? He has been on
Yeah,
fire this season.
I took up his name briefly. Those kind of conditions should suit him. Because if you notice, even in Test cricket, some of his best moments have come in South Africa, where there's
Hmm.
been a little bit of grass and bounce. So that is when you can pitch on a good length, and a little bit of sea movement will get wickets. It's when the pitch is on the
Hmm.
slower side, a little bit on the slower side, you might have to go slightly fuller. Here as well, the Narendra Modi Stadium, there's a little bit of bounce, so you can pitch it on a fullish length, good length, get a little bit of bounce, and get the edge. So
Hmm.
that should suit his style as well, because obviously he's been doing a lot. He's been doing really well in the IPL. Quintessential Shami, as we know, keeping the
Hmm.
seam upright, a little bit of swing, a little bit of seam movement. Not too sure in which category you put him, because is he a completely seam bowler? No. Is he a completely swing bowler? No. So he does a little bit of this, a little bit of that, and that is where he troubles the batters a lot. Obviously, his control is really good, repeatable action.
Interesting day ahead. Gujarat Titans versus Mumbai Indians. Bharat, let's come to the prediction part. Let's start with your fantasy pick. You are our fantasy master now. If you have to pick a captain, then who would it be in today's match?
I guess I would go with Mohammad Shami. Mohammad Shami,
Mohammad Shami. That's a very interesting offbeat pick.
because of the conditions. I
Mhm.
feel if there's going to be another pitch with enough clay content, he could take. I know Messi just a specialist bowler, but just a feeling he might take his back full of wickets if it turns out to be conditions where it does a bit.
Interesting pick. So Bharat is picking Mohammad Shami as his fantasy captain of the day. But Bharat, the ultimate one, the prediction, match prediction, GT versus MI. Who do you think will book a spot in the final and take on Chennai Super Kings on Sunday?
Again, this is a difficult one. Again, I'm depending on the conditions and giving
Hmm.
a slight advantage at that
Will we see the
time.
El Clasico? Will we see the El Clasico in final?
Yeah, right. But uh, Mumbai Indians you definitely can't rule out from
Hmm.
this point of view, but from this stage, because they have the momentum. But as it is at that particular stadium, I think I would back GT slightly, maybe 51-49.
That's a close one. That's a close one. If you have managed to come through a prediction by the barest
Uh,
of margin.
yeah, this is I just remember something. This is the prediction I had done for the World Test Championship final between India and New Zealand in 2021, when since someone
Hmm.
official podcast, someone had asked, I said New Zealand 51, India 49, because
Hmm.
of having a lot of swing bowlers.
So that barest of margin. Hopefully, Mumbai Indians fans and Gujarat Titans fans will be closely looking at what you are saying now. And CSK fans would be hoping that they are on the right side in the final prediction. But yeah, it was fun to chat IPL with you again, Bharat. And somewhere in badminton, in Malaysia Masters Open, we saw some great wins last day, and today also Kidambi Srikanth was playing Adinata, and he lost there to 2-1. To him, it was close game, you can say, barring the last one. 16-21, Srikanth won the first one. After that, 21-16 and 21-11, he went up to lose the match. Currently, HS Pranoy is playing with Nishimoto. He's leading the first game 16-14. The match is still on. So we'll continue to post the updates. So keep an eye on that. PV Sindhu is also currently playing 2018 currently with Zhang. So that is going 1-1 at the moment, and it is the final game. PV Sindhu is 20 to 18. She is leading, so just 1 point, and she'll win this match. Again, keep an eye on the sports and social media handles for all the updates. But thank you, Bharat. I think that's a good note to end this one.
Also,
Hopefully, your
Jason Roy
prediction.
surrounding controversy surrounding Jason Roy is finally decided.
Yeah,
But
of course.
I'm not walking away from the England side, England setup. That's what he said.
Yeah, of course. See, the main basic thing about these franchisee contract is that they are not stopping you to play international
Yes,
cricket.
yes,
They are just not. In future, whenever Jason Roy is selected for England, Jason Roy will have to take a NOC, I guess, from his franchisee if it is during the tournament.
yeah. The main thing is Roy is 32. He's
Yeah,
not a
of course.
multi-format player. Someone like Harry Brook gets central contract. Those who
Mhm.
play one format may get incremental contracts. So what he has to earn, not much. At the age of 32, he can do something else and earn more. So that's the main thing. Someone who plays two
Right.
formats. See, it's not like obviously an English cricketer will get a lot more than some Trent Bolt or something like that. But you have to be centrally contracted player. Though Jimmy Anderson is a one format player now, he still is a centrally contracted player because they have
Mhm.
obviously been prioritizing Test cricket in the last some years. So at least
Mhm.
after the debacle, the Ashes and all. But that's not the case with those who play one ODI cricket or just T20 cricket. So Jason Roy had an incremental contract, and I guess it is right
Right.
from his point to move away from a contract.
30.5 CR in 2 years, not a bad deal. Not a bad deal at all. That is, man. And it's pretty natural that someone will want to secure their future first. And of course, as the main point of this entire thing is that he's not stepping away, he's not retiring from international cricket. Los Angeles Knight Riders will not stopping to play for England in future. But yeah, the thing is, he will have to take permission from Knight Riders group to play for England, which they will give anyway. If there's
It
no
also just
tournament,
makes
then
you
why would?
it also just makes you wonder the future of especially ODI cricket. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, of
it's a
course. It's
50 over World
bound
Cup
to
will
change. It's
survive.
bound to change.
50 over World Cup will survive for some years, but ODI
T20
bilateral
World Cup
series.
will also survive, but bilateral. The main thing is, see, ICC tournaments, I'm not concerned. They will survive. We will have a bilateral series here and there. Maybe return of bigger trophies, quadruple series, or a Champions Trophy pretty regularly is the way forward. But when it comes to bilateral, I'm not sure. Because honestly, it's too much cricket. It's too much cricket going on every 2 days. You can't sit for 3, 4 hours, 5 hours, 6 hours and watch the entire match. It is bound to affect. It's see in football. People are saying it's a football version. It's a football model, but you'll have to understand that in football league there are only weekly matches and sometimes midweek matches. So people are not watching football every day. They are waiting 3, 4 days, 5 days to watch their teams play. So it's a bit different there. It will take some time. The FTP, ICC, FTP is still there, so it will still take some time. But yeah, in future it will of course change.
And ODI
That's a good note.
ODI
Yeah.
obviously in a way that perhaps doesn't offer much when it comes to competition with T20 cricket as well. I'm not
Hmm.
saying for this segment those who are grown up like I or you, but I'm thinking of the next generation or this generation. Perhaps ODI cricket doesn't offer anything different compared to T20 cricket.
Yeah, yeah. Interesting time. Meanwhile, PV Sindhu has also won a game, so we can give that update as well. But I think Bharat, that's a good note to end this chat. It's been a long one, 25 minutes almost, and we have discussed a range of things. We'll be back
Host is
again
getting
on.
irritated. Why
Haha,
is this
sorry.
guy? Host is getting irritated. Why is this guy continuing to talk?
No, 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 no. Why would I? We can talk go on for hours, but yeah, we'll have to maintain a time schedule as well when it comes to our live shows. But I think we'll be back again on the day of final. I'm not pretty sure. You will be updated through our social media handles whether we'll be back again on the day of final or not. Because it's Sunday. Sunday there's a general off for morning shows. But let's see. Hopefully, we'll have our post match shows as well. But stay tuned to Revsportz for more. Thank you, Bharat, and have a good day ahead, everyone.